How many sets do you really need per exercise as a natural lifter? Well, so many people obsess over sets per muscle group, sets per exercise, but understand that the bottom line of drug-free physique building is always progressive poundages in good form over time. It's progressive poundages and focus. And so I see a lot of guys treating their training like slots and thinking that if they hit a certain amount of sets per exercise, certain amount of sets per muscle group, automatically they're going to see the gains that they want to see. But this is not how it works. The bottom line is that if you're not getting stronger, you are not getting bigger. So I see a lot of guys focusing on the minutia, the minor details, the volume, the sets per exercise, the training splits. These are the most popular topics in the fitness industry, but they are all secondary to the fundamental principle of progressive poundages, progressive overload over time in good form. So here's the bottom line when it comes to sets per exercise. Less is always more. Less is more productive always. And why is that? Recovery. 2 hard sets taken close to failure are much more productive than 5 half-assed sets. And the reality is that nobody trains hard. Go into any public gym, you will rarely see anyone actually training close to failure. Most people's failure point is about 3 to 5 reps shy of failure. And why is less more productive? The more sets you do, the more likely you are to fatigue yourself. And if we come back to the primary principle of progressive poundages, what's the most important thing? Recovery. You need to recover between workouts. You need to be able to string together progressive workouts where you are getting stronger in each workout, where you're adding a rep here, you're adding a rep there, you're getting a little bit stronger. And so the more sets you do, the more likely you are to overtrain and fatigue yourself. So if you can stimulate muscle growth in just 1 to 3 sets, that's going to be way more productive because you'll be able to go into the gym, stimulate muscle growth with a small amount of hard work, and then you'll be able to get out of the gym, recover, overcompensate, and get a little bit stronger. And this is always going to be way more productive than dragging out the amount of sets you're doing 4+ sets per exercise. It's always going to be more productive because it's going to lend itself well to your recovery and therefore progressive poundages. And as I said, most people do not train hard. If I tried to train with 4 sets or 5 sets, I would bury myself to the ground. I can stimulate more growth in 10 minutes than most people can in an hour. And this is not only great for my gains and my recovery, but I don't have to live in the gym. And that's the ultimate goal, is to be jacked without living in the gym. So it's about stimulating muscle growth with a small amount of hard training, getting out of the gym, resting, recuperating, coming back a little bit stronger. And if you're dragging out the amount of sets you're doing per exercise, it's not gonna be productive for your progressive poundages, for your recovery. And what happens when you do more than 3 sets is that you're going through the motions anyways. Subconsciously, you know you have such a large quantity of training to get through that you end up going through the motions to be able to get through it. And this is the problem with high volume training. You're either going to overtrain yourself or you're going to end up just going through the motions, wasting your time, because most people are super inefficient with their gym time. People think that they have to live in the gym to see great results. But if they actually poured a lot of effort and intensity into the training that they did, stimulated growth with that small amount of hard training, then got out and got stronger, we wouldn't have a lack of muscle mass, quite frankly. We wouldn't have a lack of strength, because the more sets you do, the harder it is to get stronger. As far as how many sets you need to do, on squats and deadlifts, sometimes 1 set is all you need. 1 really hard set, because with squats and deadlifts, you can kind of rest between reps. You can drag the sets out a lot longer. You can do a lot of damage in just 1 set on squats and deadlifts. I would do 1 to 2 sets for squats and deadlifts. Maybe some beginners can get away with 3. Never do more than 3 sets. That's the bottom line. And then so for upper body exercises, 2 to 3 sets works really well. I'm mostly doing just 2 sets per exercise in my training right now. 2 sets is all I need, especially if you're using the polarity training style where you're working up to 1 top set, 1 top set of 6 to 8 reps, as heavy as you can, and then you drop the weight, rest a few minutes, and then go for a back off set of like 10 to 12. It works super effectively. That's really the best way to train. You can get a lot of damage done in just those 2 sets. And so there's also another important point to be made, and it's that you need to stimulate, not annihilate. The whole reason why a lot of guys are caught up in the more is better mentality is because of bodybuilders, because of the bodybuilding mentality, bodybuilding culture, teaching people that they need to annihilate themselves. Guys are like, it's leg day, I don't want to be able to walk after I'm done. It's like, that's not going to be productive in the least, because you're not going to recover in time to be able to get stronger, to be able to recover for your next workout. You need to train within your ability to recover. There's no point in training beyond your ability to recover, because it's going to be impossible for you to recover for your next workout in time in order to be able to add a little bit of weight, to add a rep. That's all that matters when it comes to drug-free physique building. It's all that matters. People are so focused on spending hours in the fucking gym. It's about working hard in a little bit of time that you're in the gym. It's about focusing on getting stronger, training hard on your big basic compound exercises, and emphasizing recovery. recovery. That's literally it, man. People make this shit way too complicated. And that's really it for this video, guys. So don't treat your training like slots. Don't think you have to do 4+ sets per exercise. Focus on delivering more effort in a reduced amount of training time in just 2 to 3 sets. You can mess around with just 1 set per exercise on squats and deadlifts. I wouldn't do that for upper body exercises necessarily. I would do, 2 to 3 sets for upper body exercises, anywhere from 1 to 3 for the lower body exercises. But if you're someone who can really train intensely, sometimes 1 set is all you need for the squats and deadlifts. It's gonna be better for your recovery. You're gonna be able to stimulate muscle growth. You're gonna be able to get out of the gym really quickly so you can have a life outside of the gym, focus on other areas of your life. So if you guys enjoyed this, drop a like and subscribe. Make sure to pick up my free 13-point natural muscle building checklist to uncover the 13 fundamentals of drug-free physique building. And if you guys want the full system to be able to pack on 16 to 18 pounds of muscle over the next 9 months, absolutely transform your physique into a fucking Herculean natural machine, then get on the Herculean bulking program and getting incredible feedback. I'll be in there in the Facebook group answering your guys' questions, and we'll talk soon. Peace.